Welcome back, tribe. Got a solid article for you guys. This is actually real. Encourage men to pee sitting down to be more intrusive of trans men. Not every man is able to pee standing up.
Bruh.
It is time for men to take a seat on the throne to create a more inclusive environment in the men's room. By a Jamie Bronstein. What do you look like, Jamie? We don't know because your account is suspended. Of course. As I was transitioning, I found it triggered to constantly have to use the stall when going to the bathroom with my cisgender male friends. My best friend since college recently confessed to me via Discord. She had already educated me thoroughly on the many issues faced by the community, but I admit I've never even thought about anything like this before. Boy, do we like to make issues out of absolutely nothing. What an incredibly privileged life we must have here in the West. You know, because there's people all over the world that don't have running water in their homes. They're still using outhouses, no electricity, no paved roads, no grocery stores, and they're just trying to survive. But over here, we got issues with men standing up to pee. Solidarity with trans men and women. Sitting down to pee helps you empathize with and support new members of your gender community.
Bruh.
It's really appreciated. Yay. Not taking an aggressive penis stance with penis held in hand shows that you are secure in your masculinity. There are many ways to show your masculinity without being aggressive or sexual. You can be confident, assertive, and secure in your masculinity without wielding your penis like a sword or fire hose. Sit down, king. Sit down, king. You tend to put more pressure on your bladder when sitting down to pee, and this can be beneficial in urinating more. When men sit down to pee, it allows the urine to flow out more easily and completely. Who doesn't want a complete pee? Sitting while improved body image and a sense of calm. Sitting while peeing gives you a strong sense of feeling safe, putting a more positive spin on the experience of peeing. The ability to concentrate more on what you're doing because of the relief that comes from having your legs spread wide, instead of trying to hold them up with one hand while trying not to take a leak in the other. What the
Bruh.
Comfort. Sitting down to urinate is simply more comfortable for men, and this can help them relax and empty their bladder more completely. When you're standing up, you have to use your muscles to hold yourself up. What the fuck kind of article? How do you guys find this? I don't understand even how this was written. What kind of straw man? This is how powerful the narrative is against men. We're not even allowed to stand up while peeing now because we got to be so inclusive of a point percentile of the population. If they're trying so hard to become men, why don't they act like men and leave the other men alone? Why don't you try emulating us? Why are we still forced to bend to your reality? Now we got to sit down, get rid of urinals. What the This is especially helpful for older men who may have difficulty standing for long periods of time. Also, you can buy a seat with a built-in cushion or 24 karat gold, or treat yourself to one of these fancy Japanese ones that sing to you and massage your back. During standing, a person needs to lift the penis higher during urination. Duh. Sitting down is considered modern and progressive cultures like Sweden and the UK. Yeah, there's a lot of soy boys in Sweden and the UK. Wow. America, land of school shootings, needs to sit down, pun intended, and take a lesson or two from its betters. Please join me on Rumble and become a member of Locals. There's no way I can monetize this video. I already know somebody's watching my channel and this is going to get demonetized and they're going to try to punish me for it. Peeing standing is a sign of immaturity. Fucking joke. That Calvin and Hobbes cartoon is part of the zeitgeist printed on everybody's brain. Peeing while standing will forever be associated with little boys. You should only stand when you can find the toilet that's suitable for you to sit on. To assume one can always pee standing up or sitting down is naive at best. What the fuck, dude? You know, this article combined with that other one about toxic masculinity, being a stoic, being self-sufficient, emotional insensitivity, mental and physical toughness, all this stuff that they consider toxic masculinity, in articles like this that's trying to rewrite reality and the basic biological abilities of men, which is to stand up and pee, is now seen as a form of basically exclusion and oppression to these people. And we as men have to be inclusive to them when they're trying to be men like us. What the hell is that? Sitting makes your urethra wider so the urine you release is easier to empty. Once again, with the incomplete pees, you don't want that. Sitting allows you to pet your dog while peeing. This article has to be a joke. If you're standing, the position in which your feet are placed may pose a risk and you can fall over. Safety, what the fuck? Cleanliness. The toilet seat stays in the correct position. If you always sit down, there's a 0% chance you forget to put the toilet seat down for the trans men and the women in your life. Cleanliness. And finally, here's one reason sitting down to pee is downright earth-shattering and a must. Your pee is more likely to go down into the water. When men stand to urinate, they often miss the toilet bowl and end up spraying urine all over the bathroom. What are you on? No, I think that's a you problem most men can name. This can be quite messy and unpleasant for both the man and those who have to clean up after him. Sitting down ensures that all the urine goes into the toilet bowl, and a grown man needs to control what goes in the toilet. Learn from the best. Women and trans men already figured out the secret. Again, women and trans men are better than men. Learn from the best. You're less than. Stop being an ape. Stop being a brooding animal. Stop being such a goddamn patriarchal, oppressive figure. You gotta bend your reality to mine. It never ends. It never ends. The damage that this kind of bullshit is doing to the legitimacy of civil rights struggles is unimaginable. This farce is any actual conservative's wet dream, witnessing the TRAs meme themselves into irrelevance. Yeah, when you write such ridiculous articles, you can't get taken serious, and then those that oppose your viewpoints in life are just going to meme you to death, make fun of you, point fingers, and say, see, we can't listen to them, they're crazy. You're never going to have a productive conversation when your conversation is so far to the left that the right doesn't want to even hear you speak. Again, you got to meet people in the middle. And respect is earned, not given. You can't force people to adapt to your ideology, as we're seeing happen in society today, and expect everybody to come to the table handshaking. This is why there's so much resistance to these new ideas being pushed on the culture. But the narrative keeps on narrating. We got a bunch of NPCs walking around that can't think. They just scroll endlessly on TikTok, and then whatever they see on social media is what they'll believe. It's just mass indoctrination. Why else would we allow social media in its current form in society? I mean, China already only allows, on their version of TikTok, math, science, achievements. That's what goes viral on theirs. That's the only thing that's allowed by the algorithm there, is educational content. Over here, drama, degeneracy, divisive content. That's what goes viral. We're getting torn apart by social media. Why would it be allowed? I don't know. It benefits those at the top, those who want to maintain control, those that keep pulling the strings and finessing us out of all our money from the cradle to the grave. Like I've been saying, man, this is a giant money ploy. We're being screwed here at the bottom, endlessly scrolling on this crap, when the elites, they don't watch this shit and they don't let their kids consume this shit. Steve Jobs didn't let his kids use any Apple devices. The CEO of McDonald's doesn't eat McDonald's. All these guys, the elites don't use the products they peddle on the population. We're in the age of digital crack dealers, and they locked down the game of dealing out dopamine. They got people hooked, and it's completely legal. I wonder what 100 years from now, those people's thoughts will be when they look back and call this the age of social media, and see how monstrously grandiose its effect on society has been. Remains to be seen, man. We don't have the tools to deal with this. This is brand new tech. Our brains aren't built for it. We got a generation of kids right now coming up on this stuff, and that's all they've known since they've been born. Those of us that have been around before the internet became huge, before cell phones, we understand what normal life looked like before and after. We have something to juxtapose against. We understand how bad it is to be on our phones. We know it doesn't feel right, but this new generation that's addicted to this stuff, that's born into it, they've had a tablet or a phone in their hand since they were babies to essentially be pacified. Like, parents are literally handing tablets to their kids to pacify them instead of parenting. And now we've birthed entire generations and indoctrinated a ton of snowflakes. We have to deal with articles like this, encouraging men to pee sitting down to be more inclusive. Unbelievable. We'll see you guys next time.